Boys and girls, we're going to be making our visual texture ice cream cones today. First, you're going to get a paper. It is going to be folded into 6 equal rectangles. You're going to flip it over to the back, or whichever side you decide to be the back, and write your name and class code. Flip it to the front side, and you are going to get an ice cream scoop tracer. Fit the scoop in each space and hold down your tracer so it doesn't move, and very carefully trace around each scoop. You will have 6 ice cream scoops on your paper. Then you're going to use these rubbing plates that have actual texture that you can actually feel. You'll place them under your scoops and use some of these peeled crayons, and we're going to create texture rubbings. So you hold the crayon like this between your fingers and you hold it on its side. Hold down the paper and the texture plate so it doesn't move, and you're going to push the crayon. And you almost need to stand up so you can push down really hard so you can see all that great texture and make it very colorful. Fill up the whole space so that we cover up the entire scoop all the way to the edges. You can switch colors. Think about what flavors they might be. What's showing up is called visual texture. It's texture we can only see. We can't feel it. It's flat. Okay, so you have added visual texture to each of your scoops. Visual texture is texture you can feel or you cannot feel. And next you're going to watercolor over. That is called resist because the wax of the crayon resists the watercolor. You and your elbow partner will have a doggy bowl with a sponge and a little tiny bit of water and a watercolor palette to share. You need to be working on a messy mat. So you're going to hold your brush like a pencil, and you're going to add a drop of color, a drop of water to each color. And actually, we're not even going to use black, but you can use all the other colors. So over green, I think I'm just going to use green. Okay, all done. I'm gonna put my brush in the sink and carry my work and put it on the drying rack on the messy mat. Now we have watercolored our visual texture ice cream cone scoops. We are going to create a colorful background. We're going to add the cone, and we're going to cut these out and glue them into a stack on top of the ice cream cone. So you're going to carefully cut out along your pencil lines, and if you placed your scoops in the same spot, in the same direction, with the wavy side at the bottom on each of them, you could actually fold your paper in half long ways and keep your paper folded like this. And as you're cutting, you're actually going to be cutting both scoops on the front and the back. You're going to throw away your trash. And next you're going to get a piece of long black paper and a small long piece of brown paper. You're going to use a white pastel, and we're going to add our name and class code to the back. Flip it over, and this is where we're going to add a pattern all the way down our paper. So a pattern is something that repeats, so you could use shapes, lines. I think I'm going to use a combination of shapes and lines. I'll do a zigzag all the way from one side to the other, and circles. You could even have the pattern continue a little off your paper. I want your pattern to be completely different from mine. I'm done with my pattern, and I have my name and class code on the back, so now I'm ready to create my cone. I'm going to use a pencil and make sure my paper is vertical up and down. I draw a dot at the center of the bottom, and I'm going to draw a diagonal line from the top corner straight down to the dot, and then from the other top corner straight down to the dot, and that creates the V shape for the cone. I'm going to outline it in black pastel, and I'm gonna make the waffle texture for the waffle cone. So I do that by adding diagonal lines from one side to the other all the way across the cone. And then I'll add the same diagonal lines but going in the opposite direction from one side to the other. It almost makes diamond shapes. So I'll carefully cut this out. Throw away my trash. And I'm going to use a glue bottle, twist open the orange tip, pick off the glue boogers, make sure it's breathing, and then I shake it upside down so the glue comes all the way down to the tip, and I put the nose of the glue bottle on the paper and quickly make little baby dots. Dot, dot, not a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot. I place it so the tip of the cone is at the bottom. Now I can start gluing down my scoops. Place your first scoop so it overlaps your cone a little bit. Next scoop will overlap a little. To make all of your scoops fit, you may need to turn the scoops a little bit so it looks like they're a little wobbly. And it's okay if they come off the top a little bit. And I flip it over to the back and give it a nice back massage. And my visual texture ice cream cone is complete. Have fun.